This is my Sony a7C camera. Now, this is the camera that started my photography and videography business. Before I owned this camera, I had a Nikon D5500, and that was the camera that led me to believe that I do have a passion in photography and videography. But today we are talking about this camera, and I am selling it because I have upgraded. Now, I'm selling it because this camera lacked two features that I really wanted. It's not a perfect camera, but it was a perfect camera for me. I owned it for 4 whole years. 4 years. I bought it in 2020, it's now 2025, and I am selling it. So the two features that this camera lacked, it lacked the ability to shoot video in 10-bit. So that would have given me more flexibility when editing the video, and it would have also made it easier to have a larger dynamic range. So I didn't find myself needing these two things all the time, but I did find myself needing them the more that I developed in my videography skills and the more that I just was using the camera. And there were instances where I was like, I wish I had more dynamic range in this shot. I wish I had better flexibility in color grading. I've been learning how to color grade, and that's been one of the things that's been really difficult, color grading 8-bit video. But I think I've been doing okay. As you can see with some of the videos I'll be showing throughout this video that were shot on the Sony a7C. The other thing that happened was one time I was recording in a hot environment, and I was indoors, and I'd been recording at 4K 30 for hours, and it did overheat and it just shut down. So that was an issue. I did learn after that yes, there is a setting that I could change that would allow the camera to keep on recording without shutting down, and I did change it, but it was still a bummer that it did that. And this might not be a bummer for you or other people, but for me it was. I've also not been shooting a lot of long videos like that take more than an hour. I learned my lesson, so yeah, that changed. Okay, some of the other things that other people do not like that I don't mind about this camera is the rolling shutter. Yes, it does have rolling shutter, and I don't care. It also makes this noise when you use it because I don't have it on like a cable or a camera strap. They fixed it on the a7C too, but on this camera it still makes noise. So if you are shooting sports photography or a fight scene handheld and your mic is on the camera, you will get that noise in there. The other thing that I liked about this camera is the autofocus. Now, this autofocus system on this camera is still one of the best. Now, I bought the a7C II, and this is the a7C1. The a7C2 uses AI to track and all that stuff. It is the latest and greatest things. But this, without AI and without all those things, still does a magnificent job. I shot sports photography with this thing and still managed to track people who were running around. I shot pictures of them, I shot videos of them, and this camera never let me down. So I love the autofocus. The other thing that I like about this camera is the colors. Now, Sony's color science is, to some people, the best in the game. To me, I haven't tried other cameras except for Nikon and this one beat out my Nikon, and I have never had issues with colors on this camera at all. The other thing I like about this camera is its low light capabilities. I shoot a lot of pictures and videos in dark movie theater where we hold our church, and they turn the lights off and they only turn them on stage. But sometimes I want to get people's reaction in the crowd. I don't even see noise in some of these videos, so it's done a fantastic job for me. The other thing that I noticed with this Sony a7C is the length that you can record on a single battery. Most of the video shoots that I've done, if not all of them, I've used one battery fully charged, and sometimes I don't even use all of it. If it's a photo shoot, like, that's plenty. Like, you can shoot so many pictures on one charge of this battery. If it's a video shoot, maybe you have a couple of hours, and that's been enough for me. Most of the videos that I shoot are under 1 hour, so that has been awesome, just to have a battery that lasts a long time. The other thing that I love about this camera, it has in-body stabilization, and that's really good because I shoot a lot of the videos that I take handheld, and if I'm just slow and doing the videographer walk where it's heel to toe, it looks like I'm on a gimbal when I'm shooting on this camera and a 24mm lens. I have the Tamron 24mm lens, and it's smooth. Sometimes it's just like a slow panning shot from left to right where you're just rocking, and the shot looks amazing. That shot looks amazing. So I really like the stabilization in this, and that's something that I will not miss because Sony continues to be great at it, and I will continue to buy Sony cameras. The other thing that I like about this camera is its size. It's so small that sometimes I can put it in my pocket if it has the right lens over here, and it's easy to pack and travel with. This camera has been to France with me. Was going to be in Japan and Thailand, but I forgot my camera, and that's a video for another day. But it's easy to carry around, and when you are shooting in like a mall or a public space, most people do not think that you are using like this high-end professional camera. It also looks like a film camera with this, I don't know, silver bit over here. So most people just think, hey, you're a hobbyist and you're not shooting something professional, so they don't bother you and tell you to leave. The last thing that I like about this camera is its build quality. Now, I've owned this for 4 years and I've never had a problem with it. Nothing has broken down. All the buttons work, the camera sensor, it's still fast when turning it on, even with the new lenses or old lenses. It doesn't matter. I've put this in the camera bag in tight positions. I've never dropped it, which is, thank God. But it's been so good, so awesome. Oh wait, actually, there was one time where I was shooting in very cold temperatures where it did turn off and did not want to turn back on. But that was just the one time, you know. So it's a little bit temperature sensitive. It was like -30, but apart from that, it's a good camera, and I like it, and it still works. Everything is great with this camera. Should you buy this in 2025? I would say, yeah, if you can get a second-hand Sony a7C. In Canada, second-hand cameras like this are going for $1,500 to $1,800, I guess, but some people are selling them for much cheaper than that, so I'll say go ahead and get those ones. But if you are looking for a brand new camera, it might be beneficial to check out some of the cropped sensors that Sony are making and buy those ones instead, or the vlogging line. It all depends, but if you are looking for a hybrid camera that can do both video and photo and as a full frame, and you're not concerned with 8-bit, then this is the camera for you.